In a land far away, nestled between lush green hills and flowing rivers, there was a kingdom known as Alaria. The kingdom was known not only for its beauty, but for its wise and just ruler, King Orion. King Orion was loved by all his subjects for his wisdom, kindness, and the way he governed his land. One sunny morning, King Orion sat in his grand throne room, where golden sunlight streamed through the stained glass windows, casting colorful patterns on the marble floor. He looked out over his kingdom and felt a deep sense of pride and responsibility. He knew that his role was not just to rule, but to inspire and guide his people. One day, 3 citizens from different parts of Alaria came to seek his advice. The first was a young farmer named Alara, who was struggling to make her crops grow. The second was a merchant named Jareth, who was facing tough competition and feared losing his business. The third was a soldier named Kian, who felt conflicted about his duties and the violence they sometimes required. King Orion welcomed them warmly and listened carefully to their problems. He then invited them to join him on a journey to a special place within the kingdom. The 4 of them set off on horseback, traversing through forests and meadows, until they reached the base of a towering mountain. The king led them up a winding path to a serene and hidden garden at the top of the mountain. In the center of the garden stood a magnificent tree, its branches heavy with ripe fruit and its roots firmly planted in the rich soil. The tree was known as the Tree of Wisdom. King Orion invited them to sit beneath the tree. He then began to speak, his voice gentle yet powerful, carrying the weight of his years of wisdom.
Alara,
He began, turning to the young farmer.
do you see how this tree thrives? It is because it has strong roots that delve deep into the earth, finding nourishment and stability. Just as this tree, you must find the strength within yourself and adapt to the changing seasons. Instead of fearing the dry spells, learn about new methods of farming. Seek advice from fellow farmers and never stop learning. Your persistence will bear fruit.
Alara nodded, feeling a new sense of hope and determination.
Jareth,
The king said, addressing the merchant.
look at the tree's branches, each one reaching out in different directions. This tree does not compete with itself. Rather, each branch finds its own space and light. Similarly, you must find your unique path. Offer something different that sets you apart from others. Focus on building relationships and providing value, and you will find your place in the market.
Jareth's eyes sparkled with newfound ideas and possibilities. Finally, the king turned to the soldier, Kian.
Kian, the strength of this tree lies in its ability to stand tall and strong even against the fiercest winds. As a soldier, your duty is to protect and serve, but it is also to show compassion and understanding. True strength lies not in the sword, but in the heart. Seek ways to resolve conflicts peacefully, and remember that your greatest victories are those that preserve life and harmony.
Kian felt a sense of peace wash over him, understanding the true essence of his role. The king then stood up and picked a fruit from the Tree of Wisdom. He divided it among the 3, saying,
Take this fruit as a reminder of the wisdom you have gained today. Let it nourish your mind and soul, and always strive to be the best version of yourself.
The 3 citizens thanked King Orion profusely. Their hearts filled with gratitude and inspiration, they returned to their respective lives, carrying with them the lessons learned from the wise king and the tree of wisdom. Alara's crops flourished as she applied new farming techniques and sought advice from others. Jareth's business thrived as he carved out a unique niche and built strong relationships with his customers. Kian found a balance between his duties and his compassion, becoming a revered leader among his fellow soldiers. King Orion continued to rule Alaria with wisdom and grace, knowing that true leadership was not just about making decisions, but about empowering others to find their own strength and wisdom. His kingdom prospered not just because of his rule, but because the people of Alaria learned to trust in themselves and each other, creating a community that was strong, united, and filled with hope. And so, the legacy of King Orion and the Tree of Wisdom lived on, inspiring generations to come, proving that with wisdom, compassion, and perseverance, any challenge could be overcome, and any dream could be achieved.